If you want it, 네 목소리를 더 들려줘, boy. 식사는 없어, 배고파도 음료는 없어, 목말라도 달콤한 맛만, 디저트 맛만 원하게 될 거 알잖아. 식사는 없어.
Hi, this fucking robot voice is back again. I am aware that I'm kind of, and by kind of I mean very late for this video, so thanks for waiting. Anyways, this review will cover late October, all of November, and the first 2/3 of December. But this will only be a top 11. If you want to see the rest of the ranking, please check the description. If I can, I'll try to make a written review for those. But other than that, this is the last review video of the year. 12 months of doing this taught me one thing, and that's there was really good music this year. In my opinion, this year in K-pop ended pretty well. So enough talking. For the last review of the year, please enjoy the video.
Hey, why so serious? 보이는 거 그대로 날 믿어봐. Hey, 어렵게 생각나.
This was very much needed, especially after that last two releases from them. I needed something to remind me of ITZY's greatness. ITZY used to be the biggest thing in K-pop, but after the last two songs, it felt like they were about to lose it. So thank God or to whoever greenlit this song. That being said, this was okay at most. Nothing too crazy about it, nothing that separates it from their other titles too. It's just simply a good ITZY song. And in the K-pop scale, that's like a solid 8 out of 10 for me. It was nice seeing this ITZY back, but I know they can still do better.
Loving me, falling in loving me, loving me, loving me, loving me, loving me.
I don't know where the fuck this group came from, but this song slaps. This sounds like every hit pop song from 2015, and I feel like this wouldn't be as good as it is now if it were released back then. But K-pop likes reviving dead genres, so I guess thanks for this. One notable thing to point out was the vocals. Maybe it's the production doing the work or it's their actual real voices, but whatever it is, it sounds real good and I hope they continue with it. Also, I am very much aware that they have another song titled Higher. I just like this one a little more, so I included it on the list. But to be honest, both deserve this spot in the ranking, and I'll gladly give both of them an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 지금부턴 다 surprise. A to Z, 너를 위한 이 순간. Just today, 모든
Quirky Velvet was everything I needed, but I was a little disappointed with Birthday. While this song did grow on me a little more, I still can't accept that chorus. For something so loud, it felt pretty weak. The only time I liked the chorus was in the last one. I thought it was perfect there. But in other places I just couldn't ignore how it felt off. The verses saved this song heavily, and I mean heavily. The pre-chorus is like goddamn music to my ears. Literally, other than the chorus, I had no problems with it. I'm keeping this review short cause I've already done one for it. So for my rating, I'll give it 8.6 out of 10. Very far from their worst song. E1 had a really good run this year. From Do It Like This to Back Down, I think they had some solid releases. You could argue that they sound like every boy group who does the hip-hop concept, which is like every one of them at this point. But the way I see it, they have their own thing going on. I don't know what exactly, but there's something that makes me lean into them more than their peers. This title in particular might be my favorite from them. One thing about them is that they'll release bangers. Song has been stuck in my head for a while now and it's not going anywhere. 8.8 out of 10. I don't really stan boys, but I might consider with them.
You're not bad, but rather do 내 모습들은 it's not for you.
Yuri makes damn good high quality music, y'all. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. At first I didn't really feel this song. I thought it was a step down from her previous also perfect song Love Shush. But I took the time to listen to it more, and fully understand what the song was trying to be. Late year releases is something I look forward to all the time. Cause it's the period where everyone is free to release the sad bangers after a year full of pop music. Lovable and a lot of the song on this list are exactly that. Sad heartfelt bangers. Sometimes the lyrics does more for the song than the music itself. And Lovable is a song that should be judged that way. 8.9 out of 10. Thank you for this beautiful song. Woo would never disappoint me even if they tried. Danger was kind of crazy to most people, not me though. I fucking loved Danger and especially loved Catch the Stars. So you can say I had some expectations for this to be good or even great. And they did not disappoint. Nothing innovative here, just good old K-pop. Literally just give me a good melody and that's immediately 7 points for me. Also I can't be the only one who thinks this sounds a lot like Talk That Talk by Twice. Anyways, who cares? Both songs are good so I can't really complain. Catch the Stars is still my favorite release from them this year, but this one isn't that far either. 8.9 out of 10. Hoping for a greater year next year.
When I'm with you, there is no
I heard some people didn't like this because it sounded like Coldplay or something. And I'm like, what the hell? If anything, the Coldplay inspired sound made this song much better. Something about their music just hits you right in the feels, you know. It's hard to put it into words, but I guess it's something like staring at the night sky, at the stars. It's magical really. Also, this is by far the best Jin has ever sounded in a song. The hip-hop inspired BTS songs don't do him justice at all. These slower rock songs or ballads is where it's at. This song makes me feel things, and as I've established in all of my reviews, nothing can beat that feeling. 9.3 out of 10. What a wonderful song this was. I had the fattest smile when I first heard this song. I was already expecting every song after October to either be a Christmas ballad or remastered song. And then I was proven wrong, of course. You don't get these songs anymore, to be honest. You got to be one courageous group to release a song like this in these modern times. If this worked back in 2nd or 3rd gen, why wouldn't it work now? Times change, of course, but I would be more than glad to see more of this weird shit back. There's just some type of rawness you get with these kind of songs. K-pop music tend to be more polished and pretty these days. And obviously nothing wrong with that, but sometimes I do love a little quirk, you feel me? So I really thank these groups who continue to release songs that make me question my taste in music. 9.4 out of 10. K-pop stans literally hype up anything these days, so coming into this I expected the least. But little did I know I was already listening to it on TikTok. I just didn't know its title. And by the time I actually watched the video there was no escaping for me. This song feels like a taste of something greater. It's extremely short but it does just enough to have you wanting for more. Which is probably why most consider Generation to be addicting to listen to. I only really have one major problem with this song, and that's there's too much la la las. That's it. Song is barely 3 minutes and the la las take up a good majority of it. But other than that I think it is a bop. It's not perfect, but it's still good music. I just know a lot of y'all enjoy this song, and that's me included. 9.4 out of 10. Too bad they disbanded.
Tick, 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 boom.
If only I made this review a few days earlier we would have had her for first place. Tick Tick Boom is one of my favorite comebacks this year, hands down. They had another song called Zealous. And that song is what I was expecting for a classy comeback. I don't know if this song is even considered a title track, but I don't care. I can't pass to talk about this. Their producers are cooking in that studio, and I'll need more of it. I've heard Latin-inspired K-pop songs already. This is nothing new, but this is probably my favorite out of all. It was nice to hear their vocals more with this song, cause this style honestly fits them a lot. I am now more curious to see what this group has in store for the future. They were already promising then and even more now. 9.5 out of 10. I know this score seems a little too high, but I'd be lying to myself if I gave it any lower.
Tick, 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 boom. Tick, 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 boom.
희수야. 희수야 그거 아니야. Let's go. 오, 헤이는 강고양이 씨. 방금 고양이가 아니야. 무슨 소리 강고양이 씨.
After that debut, they had nowhere else to go but up. I always knew the moment I watched the Attention MV for the first time, that newjeans will not be your typical K-pop group. And not in a way you think. We've seen vintage concepts, we've heard R&B songs, we've seen talented idols, we've seen cinematic music videos, and many more. So technically there's nothing original about this group. What is it that makes them different? I guess it's their direction. Because it feels like everything they do and will do feels well developed. There is proper vision for this group, and personally that gets me excited. So far newjeans has taken an era in pop culture and in a way revived it through their music and visuals. Their first album had the glee and brightness of the era. But now we got to see the dull, gloomy, and lonely side of it. You've probably seen all the theories. They are all well thought out and make sense. But some of my favorites would be it being a commentary on escapism, parasocial relationships, loneliness, heck maybe even depression. I almost cried while watching the MV for the first time. I recently watched the movie Fight Club just before this song was dropped, and immediately saw similarities. That being both our main characters having imaginary friends. For what reasons? To escape reality. In Fight Club's case, it was a depressed man imagining himself as another being, another friend, in order to make sense of his own inner conflict. And in Ditto's case, it was a lonely girl imagining that she had a group of friends. Now I know that sounds so fucking sad, because it really is. I feel like most media these days romanticize youth too much as bright and joyful. Because it can get very lonely at times that you're essentially lost. You have no place to fit in. No one to lean on. And now with the idea of parasocial relationships, it gets even sadder. Now I won't get any deeper than this. That will be for another video for another time. Some songs can be discussed at face value. Is it good? Or is it bad? But some, like this one, deserves more than just a yes or no. I didn't expect my year in K-pop to end on a sad note. It was mostly a fun year all throughout, and going out with a bang would have been nice. But I guess newjeans had other plans for us, and I don't mind at all. The song itself is a solid 9 out of 10 for me. But as a whole this deserves a 10 out of 10. I haven't felt this way for a song in a while. It's sad, I know. Yet, it's still kind of beautiful in a way. It relates to many people, and the way they managed to do that was wonderful. Ditto will be the last song I review for this year. The next one will be in January. So for the last time with these videos, thank you for listening, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.